for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Sunny this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow, 32. With the 3 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Olympic cyclist Melissa Hoskin's family has given emotional victim impact statements in court ahead of her husband Rowan Dennis's sentencing. He's pleaded guilty to aggravated creating likelihood of harm after Melissa was dragged down the road by his car in December 2023. His lawyer told the court they'd had an argument about new kitchen cupboards, and the couple had an agreed strategy where Dennis would remove himself when emotions ran hot. She said Dennis was following his rule when Miss Hoskins ran after him. She's pushing for a suspended sentence for Dennis due to the fact he's the sole carer of their children. Dennis will be sentenced next month. An elderly man with dementia who stabbed his wife to death at their Findon home in 2023 has died. 93-year-old Frank DeMarcy killed prominent hospitality figure Nonna Maria DeMarcy, but was found unfit to stand trial due to mental incompetence. Some economists claim the major parties have walked away from responsible financial management in a bid to pick up votes. Both sides of politics are offering big spending housing promises to boost the number of people in home ownership. But economist Sol Eastlake believes the measures will just increase property prices. He says the Prime Minister and opposition leader are looking for votes, regardless of the economic consequences.
Putting money into the pockets of people that the parties think they need the votes from in order to win the election. Someone famously said every election is an advance auction of stolen goods, and in some ways this is just reinforcing that old saying.
The Nine Network will host a leaders' debate as part of the federal election. Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton will face off next Tuesday night in the third debate of the campaign. Business leaders are calling for Gather Round to be a permanent feature in Adelaide after our bumper weekend. The state government's in talks with the AFL for a long-term agreement for the event. Figures from the Adelaide Economic Development Agency show 2 million people were in the city on the weekend. The agency's Steve Maris says the event was embraced across the city and regions.
The number of people crossing the bridge, and then just to see Rundle Mall probably around 4 o'clock or 4:30, whatever it was, absolutely packed to capacity. You couldn't ask for better.
Katy Perry is undergoing final preparations before she blasts into space late tonight our time. The singer will be part of an all-female crew on a Blue Origin flight. The group will be in space for around 11 minutes. Perry says it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I'm not going to say I can't believe I'm here. I do believe this because I think that believing your dreams and saying that is actually how you make your dreams come true.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and the celebrations continue for Rory McIlroy. He was crowned US Masters champion this morning after beating Englishman Justin Rose in a playoff at Augusta. Rose left heartbroken after forcing his way into contention with a brilliant 6-under par final round.
If you're not the guy to hit the great shot or hold the great putt, you know it's over. So I felt like that's the nature of sudden death, but not really anything I could have done more today.
To footy, and Port players are recovering today following last night's big win against Hawthorn. They're now just one win outside the top 8. Carlton will reshuffle its forward line this weekend with Harry Mackay out through concussion and Brodie Kemp awaiting scans on an ankle injury. Blues defender Jack Silvani, who's expecting to be swung forward, says it was tough to see Kemp go down.
But it is disappointing for Kemp. You've seen him go down like that. He's done a mountain of work over the pre-season to put himself in a position to play some really good footy. We saw him get the reward for effort with 5 goals a couple of weeks ago.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Wingfield, traffic lights playing up on South Road near South Terrace, Flinders Park, Burst Watermain, Grange Road just before Holbrooks Road, speeds at 40 both ways, and Hilton, Burst Watermain, St Donald Rapid Drive near South Road, speeds at 25. Cameras Adams Road, Craigmore, and Addison Road at Pennington. Final boarding call for Flight Centre's Fiji Airways sale. Fly Adelaide to Fiji return from just $665. Don't miss out. Book online or in store with Flight Centre today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow, 32. Wednesday, partly cloudy, 32. Thursday, much the same, 31. Right now, it's 32 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, the scandal surrounding South Australian MP Nick McBride, accused of assaulting his wife. A Port Star's angry social media post takes the Power Hawthorn fight to the next level. Plus, Adelaide now tipped to be the next $1 million city. We take a look at our hot property market and how it's changed in just a few years. 9 News. Your news. 966 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
5 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. Welcome to the third and final hour of the afternoon's program, and we're now live on the Facebook and YouTube live stream, so jump on and say hi, and jump on the phone if you have a question about your cats or dogs. 8223 0000.
Time to talk all things pets with Dr. Derek.
Dr. Derek McNair from the Parade Norwood Veterinary Clinic in the studio. Hello, Dr. Derek.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming in.
Pleasure.
And now you can help us with cats or dogs issues, 8223 0000. But whether they bark, meow, chirp or hop, Semaphore Pets and Gardens is your local pet paradise, and they're open 7 days. We've already got some calls coming in, so if you don't mind, let's get straight to Pauline in Marden.
Yep, sure.
Hello, Pauline.
Oh, hi, Stacey and Dr. Derek.
Hello.
Dr. Derek, my daughter's got a Stappy.
Pauline, sorry to interrupt you. Do you have the radio on in the background?
Oh, under my pillow, yeah.
Yeah. Do you mind just turning it off?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Thank you. Perfect.
She's got a Stappy.
Mm-hmm.
I was dog sitting for 2 days, and now the dog's come in a rash.
Yes.
On her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
It's red. And then in her groin on the back is real red, and she's been scratching. And on her front. So I don't know what to put on. I was putting just a cold compress on it to stop the itching.
Yes.
But she's that much. You can see the scratch marks on her. Is there anything? Is there any tablets you have? I reckon it's an allergy.
Yes. It probably is. Are you dog sitting at her house, or has the dog come to your house?
My house.
Okay. Sorry, is that he or she, the dog? Sorry.
She.
Has she been there before?
Oh, yeah, she's there every day, but I don't let her outside.
Okay.
She stays inside.
Okay, and you haven't let her outside this time?
Yes, that's the problem.
Oh, I see. So, sorry, I must have missed that. My.
Yeah, so I've let her out while she's been here. I can't keep her in 24 hours a day in here.
Yes.
Well, so she's been at the back, whether she's got into the dry weeds there, that it's something, yeah, it's awful.
Yes, and staffies as a breed, sadly, are prone to itchy skin.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, genetically they're very prone to allergies. And I think you're very right, Pauline, if she went outside and then she suddenly became very itchy along her tummy and stuff, it will either be something she's breathed in, or it can be what's called a contact allergy. So if she actually sort of lies on grass or the weeds, as you say, things like creepers, like wandering dew and stuff, are very common for causing problems. Then that can set it off and make them very itchy. Treatment-wise, the things you can try at home, but they may or may not be strong enough, are antihistamines. So
what sort of?
Zyrtec. I go for Zyrtec. Do you know how heavy she is?
She's a very solid dog.
Is she? Okay. You could probably, it's usually 1 tablet per 10 kilos. So a solid staffy, you can probably give her 1.5 tablets and see how you go. I would also just wipe her down with a damp cloth. That just cools them down, and you can also be wiping off some allergens that can stick to the skin. And things like calamine lotion can actually...
Oh, what about pawpaw or sorbeline?
Yes, sorbeline and pawpaw can help as well.
Okay.
The problem is if you get a really big area that's affected, it can make it sort of a bit greasy and a bit sticky, but you can certainly try it. Often if it's very bad, you often need to go to the vet and get some stronger tablets. But try the...
The camelide lotion won't hurt her?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right.
So you could put the calamine lotion on and then maybe carry her onto the pavement so she's not getting anywhere near any vegetation, and then take her for a walk along the street, so to try and take her mind off the calamine lotion, because otherwise, if you put it on and then just ignore her, she'll just lick it off or try and scratch it off.
Yeah. Okay, then. Well, thank you very much.
No, pleasure. Good luck. But as I say, the antihistamines do not always work in dogs. They certainly do not work as well in dogs as they do in people. And so if it doesn't work, go to your vet. We've got lots of stuff that will definitely work.
There you go, Pauline. Thank you for the call. 8223 0000 is the number. Now, I always say Dr. Derek is here and can help you with questions about your cats or dogs, but I think cheeky Father Jones called in with a question about a different type of animal. Good afternoon, Father Joan.
Good afternoon, Stacey. Good afternoon, Derek.
But before you speak, Father Joan, you're meant to be a nice person. You're meant to be caring.
I'm just testing you through Holy Week so that you can celebrate Easter in the spirit.
Okay, thank you. I feel much better now.
I can justify anything. And I can tell you the dog's not the only one that's itchy this weather outside. But my question is about a number of feathered friends. Okay. I've inherited about 6 magpies outside my door from my neighbour who used to feed them mince or something, and then he was told he couldn't because they were pooping all over the veranda. Yes. Well, I don't have that problem. On the path, I squash up about 4 cashew nuts and I stomp off. I don't want them to choke. And they love it, but I do want to know whether I might be harming them.
Sorry, I
cashews. She wipes the salt off the cashews.
Oh, cashews. Yeah.
I stamp on them.
You stamp on them with clean shoes.
They love me.
Yes. You're better. They're not balanced. I'm pretty sure you're not killing them, but it's also like people who do feed just mincemeat. It's not a balanced diet. Magpies love it. They do like crunchy nuts and stuff as well. But you're better going to a pet shop and buying balanced birdseed for them. There's a special birdseed you can get for magpies. So, yes, I mean, a lot of people just feed them mince and they love it, but it's not balanced. It doesn't have the seeds in it. It doesn't have the calcium in it. So, yes, I guess... Yeah, if you're going to encourage them, Father Joan, yes, I get proper balanced stuff to give them.
Do you want to be encouraging them? How many will you have next week?
I started off with 2 and now I got 6.
Yeah.
But they sing to me. They warble and say, "Where is it? Where is it?" So I did get some worms. They don't like that at all, the dried out worms.
Yes.
So that wasn't good enough. That was not gourmet enough. Well, I'll get them some gourmet magpie feed for Easter.
Yes. My beautiful father-in-law, who is now up in heaven, he used to feed the magpies just with mincemeat, which I told him not to, but you couldn't tell him much.
As in raw mincemeat?
Yes, yes. And they used to come into his lounge, and they always standing along his the top of his settee, and they just used to sit there and look at him and wait to be fed. So they loved him, and they do love mincemeat, but on its own, it's not a balanced diet.
And
thank you,
Father Joan. The good news is,
thank you. Happy Easter, Father Joan.
Yes, happy Easter. And the good news is, you only have to pay 2p a bag if you feed the birds.
2p a bag. I don't give them very much, but they line up. When I'm almost late for church this morning, and there's Maggie sitting behind my car saying, "I'm not going anywhere. You better feed me."
Once they find a good place to eat, you can't get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll invite all their family and friends around too.
Exactly.
And it's lovely. When they bring their babies to you, I feel like a mother hen. Not an Easter bunny, a mother hen.
A mother hen.
Anyway, you both have a fabulous Easter. Thank you so much.
You too. Thanks for the call. Bye. That's Father Joan in North Adelaide. Let's talk to Paul in Allenby Gardens now. Hello, Paul.
Hi, how are you? I've just got a slight dilemma that I need some help with. I've got a very close friend that's been in the ICU for the past three weeks, and he's going to be in there for another 3 weeks.
Yes.
He's got a small little Shih Tzu Maltese that can be brought into the hospital under certain conditions. One of them is I've got to get the dog groomed and trimmed and so forth, to be nice and clean to go in there.
Yes.
Because I'm not the dog owner, I don't know where he takes the dog, and I'm trying to find a mobile pet groomer that can possibly get it groomed and so forth before next Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of mobile groomers around, so you could either just phone your neighbouring vet, whoever's closest, and just ask them in case they've got recommendations of ones who may be better than others. But yeah, there's a lot around the place. It's probably just Googling mobile dog groomers in Adelaide and checking out the reviews and phoning them up and just see who's free to come in quickly.
Yeah, that's good of you, Paul. You're a good friend.
That's very nice, yeah.
Yeah, well, you got it. It's all been caused by a lamb chop getting stuck in his throat.
Oh, gosh.
Who's this, your friend?
Yeah, our cousin.
Your cousin? Gosh. Oh, gosh.
That's horrible, Paul. I hope he pulls through.
He should be fine.
Yeah, good.
And that's good. That's nice that they let the dogs into the...
Yeah, that
so
is.
They're letting the dogs into the ICU, are they, or just into the general hospital?
No, there's going to be a special room we go into, so we're not going to go into the actual ward itself.
Yep.
But they do it just outside the ICU. There's a room that they'll take him in, and I can bring the dog there.
Oh, that's nice.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Paul, I'm going to give you a Wallace Cinemas family pass.
Oh, thank you.
No, well, you're doing a good thing for your cousin, and I'm sure they're very appreciative, and it's the least we can do.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and give your cousin our best wishes.
Yeah, all the best.
Shall do, thank you.
Thanks for the call. See you, Paul. So that's a family pass going to Paul there. Catch a movie this week. Mitcham, Mount Barker, Piccadilly, Noarlunga, wallace.com.au for all sessions. That's really good. Dogs can be so comforting when you're not feeling well.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Sue, she brought in at the Women's and Children's that a few years ago she got it changed that dogs could be taken into the hospital.
Really?
I mean, they have to go through certain checks about their behaviour and stuff like this. But her dog, she had a border collie, it was a beautiful, beautiful dog. And she could take it in there, and it was so well behaved, and we just had to do tests on it to make sure it didn't have any diseases. But there's such good therapy.
Absolutely.
Dogs,
they change your mood immediately.
Yes, and unfortunately I haven't been in hospital for a while, but if I was in, I'd want Freddie to come in and say hello and all this sort of stuff.
Have a cuddle.
Yeah.
Lick you to death.
Good. So it's nice that hospitals are now doing that, because people get diseases from other people. It's extremely rare that you get anything from a dog. Yeah. So yeah, it's good.
And as long as they're under effective control. I know there are people with who are scared of dogs and who aren't dog people. I used to be one of those non-dog people, and so if someone else's dog came near me, I was very hesitant.
Yes.
So I can understand that as long as they're on a lead and in the corridors and under control.
And that's right. And even myself, when I'm out for a walk, if there's a big dog and it doesn't look like it's under control, even though I've seen millions in my time, I'll still be apprehensive. I'm thinking, you are not under control.
No.
So, it is. It's a worry for everybody.
It is, yeah. Okay, 8223 0000 is the number to call if you have a question for Dr. Derek, and he'll answer some more after this.
AutoCam. Look, this is real cutting-edge stuff.
AutoCam. It's new from Automasters.
Real-time video with a real-time report on my car.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
Check this out. There's the problem, there's the quote, and here you go, approved.
So good. Totally transparent, instant SMS approval and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam. The future of vehicle servicing, here now. Call 1300 Automasters.
Oh, here's one. Hey, you leaving, mate?
Yeah, one sec, buddy.
Okay, no worries. Oh, come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Parking turning you into someone you're not? Search UPark app today.
Got a pet that deserves the best? Whether they bark, meow or hop, Semaphore Pets and Garden is your local pet paradise, packed with everything to keep them happy and healthy.
Yeah, and unfortunately this week I know what a hop means, especially with Easter coming up. It's not kangaroos. For over 30 years, Semaphore Pets and Garden have been the go-to spot for pet lovers, offering top quality food, accessories and expert advice. And the best part, your pet is welcome to browse the store with you, make new friends and maybe even sniff out their next favourite toy. Who knows, your pup might leave with a new bestie.
Oh, cute. No, Murray's always leaving with his bestie. He's always coming with me. So don't miss out. Visit Semaphore Pets and Garden at 119 Semaphore Road, Semaphore. Open 7 days a week, because we all know pets aren't just animals, they're family.
Get away to the picturesque Adelaide Hills this Easter and rediscover the Oakbank Easter Racing Carnival. Enjoy the best in local food and wine between the trees, or bring your own picnic to enjoy on the rolling green hills. There's non-stop racing action on the track, a family-friendly atmosphere off the track, and you can even spend the weekend at our popular camping ground. Tickets and hospitality options are selling fast. Visit oakbankracingclub.com.au. Gamble responsibly.
Every day, for decades, Robert made his way down the 3 steps that led to his pride and joy. A model train set in the back shed, complete with passengers, a bridge, landscaping and stations. That is, until Robert couldn't manage the stairs anymore. That's when his wife turned to Anglicare SA. With some planning and ramps in place, Robert can get back to what he loves. And his wife can too. Anglicare SA, always there supporting people in need. Check this out.
Real-time video with a real-time report on my car.
There's the problem, there's the quote, and here you go, approved.
So good. Totally transparent instant SMS approval and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam, new from Automasters.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
In the middle of Pet Talk with Dr. Derek McNair from the Parade Norwood Veterinary Clinic. So if you have a question for him, get on the phone, 8223 0000. We do have a text here, Dr. Derek. It's from Robert in Clearview. He says, please meet Cash. He's just turned 1 and he sent a beautiful photo of a little, looks like a Jack Russell laying on its back with its legs in the air.
Yes.
And he said, Cash will kiss and cuddle you to death, but if you try and cut his nails, he will chew your arm off. Right. We've tried a groomer. The vet gave us some tablets to make him sleepy, but we're having no luck, and we don't want him to be afraid. What can we do now to get his nails clipped? That's a great question, Rob.
It is. I've got about 5 or 6 dogs who sound like Cash, and they're lovely, but they're very scared when you touch their paws. Some dogs, you touch their paws, they think you're preventing them from running away. So that's why they get really nervous. And unless you touch them when they're puppies, which we tell everyone to do, then they often get basically very scared of people touching their toes. Nicest dogs, and then they change. You can't do anything. So the vet has given the tablets, so they've probably given what's called gabapentin and trazodone, which are the ones that we pretty well always do. So if they've tried gabapentin and trazodone, you can increase the dose depending what dose they've given. But with most dogs who are really that bad, and Cash sounds like it's really that bad, then we often we get them in and we give them a much stronger sedative. So we usually give them something called metomidine, which you give an injection. After about 10 minutes, the dog's pretty well asleep. It's not anaesthetised, it's just heavily sedated. Then we clip their nails, and then we give another injection, which after about 10 minutes reverses the first one. And they stand up and walk out the clinic.
Oh, wow.
So, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that is often what you have to do, because if you push it with dogs who are really anxious about their paws being touched, you'll generally just make it worse.
Yeah.
So I think you're better off trying to walk them a lot on hard ground, and that will keep them worn down. But if they do get too long, then actually heavily sedating them at the vets is probably the best way to go. I think.
Best way to do it. And how regularly should you clip their nails?
Some dogs not at all. If they get about half an hour on the pavement every day, that as long as their nails are at the correct angle, then that should wear them down, and then they should never need to be cut. Apart from some dogs have got those dew claws, which are like thumbs, which are a little bit up the inside of the front legs, occasionally the back legs as well, but usually just the front legs. And those do not get worn down, so you have to keep an eye on those because those sometimes grow around in circles.
Yes, okay, that's a good tip. Sometimes you forget about those ones.
You do. Yeah,
it's like their thumbs are up really high.
I know, yes. Yeah, no, you do forget them. And sometimes, not often, but it can happen, they can grow around and then they grow into the pad itself.
Oh, ouch.
Yes, ouch is the correct technical term.
A technical term from vet school, yeah. All right, Carmel in Ferryden Park has called in. Hello, Carmel.
Hi, good afternoon. I've got a question about a stray cat that's been hanging, well, I've claimed him now. He's been hanging around my place about 3 years.
Right, yes.
Now, when he first came here, he was very thin. Well, now he's quite healthy.
Yes.
Thing is, he's only just recently let me pat him when he's eating.
Mm-hmm.
He'll let me pick him up, but not to cuddle, just to pick him up and put him up high where I've put his food.
Right.
The thing is, he's starting to look a bit scruffy, like he needs his coat brushed.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried that, but he let me know he wasn't interested. Is there anything you can suggest that maybe I could try to get him to let me do it?
The answer is probably not really, and not really safely, because stray cats, or feral cats, if you want to call them that, often, yes, they take an awful long time until you can do patting them, and often, I mean, the fact you can lift them up is good, but I always tell everyone to be very careful because they can suddenly turn and be quite aggressive. So if he's not letting you comb his hair, it's a little bit like the last caller with the dog with the nails. You sometimes have to sedate them. The problem with sedating a feral cat who doesn't live in your house is that if you put down food with sedatives in it, then he can eat that and then just walk away, and then he might fall asleep somewhere where he shouldn't fall asleep. So it's a very difficult problem, Carmel. And the thing I would suggest, which may not be very easy to do, would be to try and catch him. You can get cages. I don't know if you're comfortable enough to lift him and put him into a cage. You want to be very careful if you do that. And then, as I say, you could go along, you probably need to go to a vet. And again, we need to use the heavy sedative. And we do this quite a lot with cats. We sedate them to clip them because the owners don't let them brush or clip them and then get quite naughty. So if you think you can safely, and don't do it if you don't think you're not going to be safe, put them into a carrier and then organise with your vet beforehand to take them to the clinic and get them to sedate him and to give him a good haircut.
What he lets me do, I usually, while he's eating, I just stroke the back of his neck, and that way, when I need to put flea treatment on, it doesn't bother him.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Have you tried gently grooming the back of his head?
Yes, I have.
And does he let you do that?
Not really. I can pat him with my hand, but as soon as he sees either the comb or the brush, he takes off.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a struggle. I don't mean to be the bringer of bad news, but I get very anxious with feral cats because I've had a lot of clients who think that, yes, they've won them over and yes, they're friendly, and then all of a sudden one day they try and do too much with the cat and the cat turns and bites or scratches them. And so, yeah, be very careful. If you can hire cages to trap cats, but yes, if you put the food inside it, maybe the cat will go in, or if you feel confident enough, and you can put them into a carrier and then, as I say, take them to the vet. That's the best I can suggest.
Okay, good luck, Carmel. Thank you for the call. Really appreciate it. Now, it's 3:30. We're finishing up, but I just would like to say a very big thank you to you, Dr. Derek, because we were very worried about Murray overnight, actually, and he was being very sooky and very yelpy every time we touched him. We couldn't work out what was going on with him. He couldn't jump up onto the lounge or the bed, and every time I touched his legs, I thought maybe he had a bindi or a grass seed. We talk about grass seeds all the time.
Yes.
Every time I touched his legs, he would yelp, and I thought, did he burn his puppy pads on a walk or something like that? Or,
yes.
But you took care of him and worked out he had a strain. I think he just got too excited by the ball at the park and strained his neck.
He's got a sore neck, so so we've got him on painkillers. So in a couple of days, I hope he should be back to his normal happy self.
I hope so
He's
as well.
He's a cute little guy.
He is.
He's very nice.
He's my baby.
Yeah.
He was cuddling me all night, the poor thing. And just a very quick reminder with Easter coming up.
Yes, I think we said it last week. It happens all the time. Easter eggs, hot cross buns. If you've got a dog, treat them as a poison, because they are a poison. So keep them out of the way. Don't leave them on a low coffee table. Don't leave them anywhere your dog can get to them. The darker the chocolate, the more dangerous. So if your dog eats chocolates, immediately phone a vet and we can give you advice.
That when we were worried about what was going on with Murray, why he was so different and personality-wise, I thought we had some friends over and there was sultanas in one of the little treats we were having, and I thought, did someone drop a sultana? Did he eat a sultana? And then hot cross buns at the moment.
Yes, they can cause kidney failure. There's a toxin in them that damages kidneys, so be very careful. So have them all for yourself. They're too nice to give to your dog.
Great tip. And thank you again.
And have a happy Easter, everybody.
Yes, have a happy and
Drive
safe
carefully.
Easter. Thank you to you, Dr. Derek.
Okay, thank you.
It's Dr. Derek McNair from the Parade Norwood Veterinary Clinic. It's time for the 3:30 news headlines now, and after that it's Afternoon Delight, a $100 voucher to the Kent Town Hotel to give away. So if you've got some good news to share, now's the time to do it. 8223 0000.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the 5AA News headlines. Melissa Hoskin's family has confronted Rowan Dennis in court, saying he has shown no remorse over the death of his wife in 2023. 7 News will present the final election debate on Sunday, April 27. Clorox Australia, which makes Glad brand products, has been ordered to pay $8.25 million for misleading consumers. And in sport, the Tasmanian government will bypass its own planning laws to ensure the Macquarie Point Stadium has a roof. The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow, 32. Right now it's 32 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
At Complete Care, we're more than just a care provider, we're a family. As we celebrate our 10th year, our mission remains the same, to empower our specialised team of carers and client service managers to help people living with a disability. We provide personalised services, including cleaning and home maintenance, to social support and transportation. We look after you like family, offering a warm, caring touch that sets us apart. At Complete Care, we're the company with heart. Complete Care, with a K.
Immerse yourself in a world of wildlife without leaving the city. At Adelaide Zoo, home to prowling tigers, irresistibly cute otters and meerkats, gentle galloping giraffes, and roly-poly playful giant pandas. Discover over 250 majestic animals nestled in magnificent botanic gardens and many up-close animal experiences. Take a walk through nature and discover the wild within. Visit adelaidezoo.com.au.
The Kia Cerato set the bar as Kia's most popular small sedan. Now, the new first ever Kia K4 raises it. Best in class second row legroom, ultra wide screens, and a GT line that comes turbocharged. Enter Kia's biggest small sedan, the Kia K4. Small sedan, big personality. Test drive today or find out more at kia.com.au.
Kia, movement that inspires.
They live in filth, bins and excrement. They carry disease and they want to suck your blood. Flies and mosquitoes. Oh, that's no way to live. And it doesn't have to be. With Phantom retractable screens. Up to 9 metres wide, they can screen almost anything. Protect your family with Phantom retractable screens. phantomscreens.com.au.
Easter is definitely better with Kyton's hot cross buns. Kyton's have been around for over 85 years. In fact, a family-owned SA business baking some of the best hot cross buns in Australia. Choose from traditional, fruitless, mini and even fruit choc hot cross buns. Everyone loves Kyton's hot cross buns. You'll find them at Foodland and Drake stores and over 200 stockists across SA, as well as community fundraising drives or Kyton's Shop and Bakehouse at Edwardstown. Check their website for details.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttyres.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
Live, local. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
24 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. 8223 0000 is the number to call to share your good news, your happy story. Maybe you witnessed a random act of kindness. Maybe you received some good news over the weekend. We like to start the week off feeling good here on the afternoon show.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
Stacey's Afternoon Delight.
I have a $100 voucher for the Kent Town Hotel to give away to one caller this afternoon. So jump on the phone and share your good news with us. Let's start off with Jim. Hello, Jim.
G'day, Stacey. How you going?
Good. How are you?
All right, Stacey. My story is good news for us, and then a random act of kindness, and then good news again. So it's a bit of a tale.
Okay, go on.
My partner of 30-odd years has had the ladies' cancer, and we have to go to Adelaide every 3 months. Well, was every 3 months, but after this visit just gone last week, it's every 6 months, just to make sure it's all good. And the Adelaide Hospital, no matter what you Adelaide folks say, they were wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to us far north country folk.
Good.
Anyway, after she came out and said, it's 6 months now, beauty, because we're a one-income family, and it's sort of, it's good if the fuel cycle's cheap. Our fuel never goes up and down like you guys, but when we cop it cheap, I take a few jerry cans and it's a bit of a bonus. But we thought we'll go to that Greek cafe on Pulteney Street, because I'd heard they have nice gyros during the day.
Uh-huh.
So driving up there, up Perry Street, there's like a little intersection where you sort of stop, and I was behind a car, and a fella watched him clear us above me and Zania. He copped his heel on the edge of the gutter and went straight into his forehead, straight to the gutter on the other side there. And Zania said, we're going to pull over. But luckily, the guy in front of us pulled over first to help. But within seconds, a girl sort of looked like this sounds terrible, Stacey, but looked like she'd come from Whitmore Square maybe, or the park, straight away stopped, dropped everything, rendered assistance instantly, which was uplifting as can be, because you hear about how people don't care now. And the one you would not expect, come here, girl. Sorry, I'm yelling at the dogs. said, I said, Zan, what are you going to do? I said, look, she's helping. And then, like, people were in shock for that sort of split second, like time stopped, and then other people started to help. But I watched him clip his heel and he went down real hard. And then to make it lovely, Stacey, went to that little Greek place up there on Pulteney and got a gyros to share and a cake, and that was lovely as well for the drive home back to Kalunga.
Beautiful.
So it was a random act of kindness, good news, and that happening also. So it was sort of uplifting, because it sounds terrible to say it at 59 to think, people have changed. But to see someone you wouldn't expect, like careful who could be a millionaire wearing a sack,
Yep.
A girl you wouldn't expect by looking at, young, lucky to be, if she had the genes of Aphrodite, she wouldn't have been 22. She was a young girl, straight away, rendered help before anyone else did.
Oh, that's a great
And I was
story,
relieved
Jim.
secretly, because I didn't know what to do. And the girl would have made me stop, So she said, where are we going to pull over? Where are we going to pull? I was so grateful the car in front of us pulled straight over. But I watched it like in slow motion. He clipped the back of his heel and straight down on the gutter on the other corner, a little laneway there, right on his forehead. And he would have been a guy in his mid-60s, so he would have felt it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's a great story, Jim. And good to hear that you've had a good experience at the
It is, and like I said, now it's 6 months now to Adelaide.
How good.
Instead of 3 months, which is really good, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I hope all the best for your wife's treatment, and I'm glad it's only every 6 months, and hopefully she continues on that track.
No, it's been really good. And as I said, they were wonderful. Like, 'cause when she had her operation, I was back home with the dogs, because we've got dogs that you can't leave home, unfortunately, and you can't have them under the car park in the middle of summer when she had her operation a few years back. And I rang up at 3 in the morning just to see how she was going, because I thought the operation would only be a few hours, but it was a lot worse than sort of they expected. And the nurse said, I'm going to go get it for you. We've been waiting for you to call. This was like 3 in the morning. They were just all lovely.
Aww.
Adelaide Hospital was absolutely lovely, and the staff. And like Zania took it like a hotel room, Stacey, like single room, overlooking the train tracks and the Adelaide Oval and stuff. She thought it was wonderful. A good escape from Kalunga.
Oh, well, good to hear it. And I can hear you got your doggos there. So thank you for calling in.
They're terrible. They're lovely girls, Stacey, but they've got a thing for snakes and lizards and exploring, so you got to watch them like hawks.
Yes, good idea. Good idea. Keep an eye on them, Jim, and thanks for the call.
Thank you, Stacey.
See ya. That's Jim in Kalunga. What a beautiful story. And while he's got his dogs in the background, I forgot to say that, we know that dogs bark, but whether your pets bark, meow, chirp or hop, make sure you get into Semaphore Pets and Gardens, your local pet paradise. As you know, they are open 7 days. All right, we're getting another couple of calls now for Afternoon Delight, 8223 0000. Maria is in Virginia. Hello, Maria.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What's your afternoon delight today?
My afternoon delight is we celebrated my mum's 100th birthday on the weekend.
Happy birthday to her. How exciting.
Yeah. No, she's doing good.
Oh, how did you celebrate?
She had 3 cakes. One for nearly every day. No, we went to FIVEAA and they'd done a marvellous job. Family and friends.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
Was it a big affair? Did you have many people there?
We had about 60 people.
Nice.
Family and friends, because if you invite everybody, I don't think it'd be big enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, Maria, what does she credit her longevity to? I always love hearing from people who get to these milestone ages, and we always hear from the oldest Australian, and they get asked, "What's your secret to living so long?" Does your mum have a secret?
Well, she has a little bit of a secret, because everybody asked her, and they said what it is, and she said, me, of course, because I look after her with my husband.
Oh, good on you.
And all the grandchildren. But her secret is that she has a half a glass of wine with lemonade.
Every day?
Every night. Yes, every day.
I've never heard of that. Wine with lemonade. It's the reverse version of a shandy, I guess.
Oh, that's it. Otherwise, it's too strong for her. And she sits in her little sunroom and she does a lot of crocheting.
Beautiful. Oh, how nice is that? I'm glad you all had a good day together and got to celebrate.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing, and happy birthday to her. What's her name?
Okay. Palmer.
Palmer. Happy birthday, Palmer.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Maria. See ya.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. That's Maria in Virginia. How good is that? We could all be so lucky. Get to 100. That's great. Let's go to Mark in Findon now. Hello, Mark.
How you going?
Good.
Yes. I have an afternoon delight where I recently took a trip to Heron Island, Queensland, and we met a couple on the freeway across there, and we got along really well with them and had, lunch and dinner with them. And upon my return to Adelaide, I'd left my car keys on the Gladstone railway station. And we're travelling home on the tilt train back to Brisbane, so it's a really nice trip. And then we get a call over the loudspeaker, said anyone lost their car keys, and it happened to be me. Little did I realise that, my car was in the Adelaide Airport car park, and, I really needed my keys. So a friend of mine, we rang up that we met them, and they got somebody to put the keys on the aeroplane back to Brisbane so I could pick them up. And
seriously?
Gave me the locker number, and I went to the locker, and there you go.
Wow!
Got my keys back. So there was no other way I was going to be leaving the Adelaide airport that night when I got home.
That's crazy.
Wonderful people, you know. It's just I could not believe it, you know. Just the luck of the day. Like it was like, you know, a 10:30 flight out of Brisbane, and I rang these people at like 9:30 in the morning, and he said, "No probs, we'll look after you." And sure enough, got my keys back.
Oh, how good is that, Mark? How good! I love that.
Somebody was looking down on me that day, Stacey. I tell you, I was so angry.
Yeah, it's that moment where you just think to yourself, "Oh, what an idiot!" And there's nothing you can do about it. You've done it now. You've made the mistake, but you just kick yourself.
Oh no, everything just fell into place. I just could not believe it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for the call.
Oh, good. Thank you.
That's great. Mark in Findon. That's awesome. I love hearing that. I have a couple of afternoon delights today as well to share. Jump on the Facebook and YouTube live stream because I've been very lucky this week to receive some beautiful gifts for my baby who's due in a couple of months now. Firstly from Deirdre, she's popped in last week to the studio with a beautiful crocheted rug, beautiful crocheted blankie for the baby. She actually made me a yellow one, a smaller yellow one for the pram about a month ago, and she said, "I've got another one coming. This one's a bit bigger. This will be for the crib." And she's made me a green and white crocheted blankie for the crib and for our cot for our little bubba. So I'm very grateful for that, Deirdre. It's beautiful. I can't wait to get that home, and the green will go perfectly with our nursery. And also a huge thank you to Sully, who runs the Yasu Adelaide Greek Festival, because he had a stall there at the Greek Festival, Precious Little Things, and they sent me, hold on, I've just dropped it. They sent me a beautiful little T-shirt. Jump on the live stream and have a look. It's a T-shirt. It says Yasu. It's in sort of the beautiful blue Greek writing, and I love it. I can't wait. It's a size 2, so I can't wait for Bubba to get a bit bigger and wear their Yasu T-shirt. My parents will love it. Might have to dress my baby in that when they meet Yaya. Yaya will love it. How good is that? It's so beautiful. I can't wait. And check out their website, Precious Little Things it is. And they've got lots of different items on there, some beautiful handmade gifts too. So definitely worth having a look. What a great afternoon delight segment this week. So many nice calls. It's almost hard to choose. I can't. This is a tough one. I think today, though, the voucher has to go to Maria in Virginia, whose mum turned 100 over the weekend. Maria, I know you've had your party to celebrate with your mum, but why not go out and celebrate again? You've got a $100 voucher to the Kent Town Hotel coming your way. Make sure you check out the award-winning Kent Town Hotel's bars, restaurants, alfresco streetscape. They've got a 250-seat function room as well. And, hopefully you can enjoy a nice dinner together and your mum, Palmer, can have a wine and a lemonade. Good on her. Happy birthday again, Palmer. All right, Rowie and Timmy G are on with you after 4. Another afternoon delight, I'm sure, for Timmy. Yesterday was Port's win last night. What a great way to close off Gather Round. I was there. It was a great atmosphere, although more Hawks supporters than I thought there would be. But yes, I'm looking forward to hearing Rowie and Timmy G after 4. That's coming up.
Each week on the FIVEAA Sports Show, Rowie and Timmy invite some of their pals from the world of sport onto the show for a chat. Thanks to Pals, Parafield Airport Liquor, home of the hardest to find wines, beers and spirits. Life's better with your pals.
Nuclear power means more affordable, reliable energy for Australian families. 25% less cost. 24/7 power. Let's power Australia properly. Find out more at nuclearforaustralia.com. Authorised by Will Shackle, Nuclear for Australia, Brisbane.
Oh, honey, it is bigger.
I thought so.
Oh, I know so.
This new Stanford Mower Superstore at FIVEAA is bigger and better than the old Jeps Cross location.
Oh.
Troy and Matt have stocked it to the hilt with the best garden equipment from Husqvarna, Honda, Cub Cadet, Ego, Victor and much more. Not that size is everything.
No, No, it's not everything, honey.
The new Stanford Mower Superstore, 1181 Main North Road, Karaka, and also in Mount Barker and Murray Bridge.
Don't miss the biggest and best Canberra floor yard ever this September. Holiday Wonders have 6 amazing rail and air packages available for South Australians to choose from. Our sensational Sydney and Canberra trains to the Tulip 7-day packages are just unmissable. The packages give you a choice of travel from Adelaide on the Indian Pacific train, then rail to the Canberra Floor Yard 2025. Magnificent guided sightseeing, meals and accommodation all included. Visit holidaywonders.com.au.
Hi, it's David Penberthy here with Martin Penny from Paint Professionals. Is it true that your dad actually painted for the royal family?
Yes, my father was handpicked to paint the Queen's bedroom, Charles and Di's honeymoon suite. Whether you're in Wayville or Morfett Vale or Springfoot or Glenelg, it really doesn't matter. To us, everybody deserves that same treatment.
So get your whole home painted or just a room. Get in touch like we did with Marty and his incredible team at Paint Professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au. Paint Professionals, brush with the best.
Folks travel far and wide to meet Trev from Rollerco.
G'day, is Trev around? Oh, sorry, mate, he's with a customer right now.
Trev's always eager to please. Just pat him on the belly and he'll do anything for you. Oh, yes, Trev said you can order your sliding door or window parts online and he'll organise delivery to your door. Rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling. No, I'm not patting you on the belly. Oh, all right.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated. Because it's personal.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Give lunch a spin at Roulette's Tavern with 10% off seniors' lunches Monday to Friday. Roulette's Tavern, next to Pals, Kings Road, Parafield.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
I'm just reading a couple of your text messages coming in. This person says, I lost a wallet with about $300 cash outside of a very large and busy shopping centre. The wallet also had a paper copy of all my current passwords, banking, eBay, etc. as well. The wife of a police officer ran over it, went back to pick it up, handed it into a local police station who rang me. They lectured me for 10 minutes about the passwords, and fair enough as well, and we all lived happily ever after. That's a great story. Wallet with $300 cash in it lost and you got it back with all the money. Wow, that's rare. That wouldn't happen very often. And Guy in Highgate says, Stacey, I'm showing my age, but in the 60s and 70s, a hock, lime and lemon was a very popular drink, especially for the ladies. A hock, lime and lemon. I've never heard of that. Is hock a type of wine? I think hock's a type of wine, and assuming that would mean it's got lemonade in it, in honour of Palmer, who drinks a wine and lemonade every day. She's at 100 years old, celebrated her 100th birthday over the weekend. Hock, lime and lemon. Huh. Roey's in the studio. Have you ever had a hock, lime and lemon, Roey?
Hot or hock?
Hock.
What's hock mean?
I think it's a wine.
Oh.
Have you ever had a wine with lemonade?
No.
No. What about a shandy, beer with lemonade?
Never. Sacrilege. You drink a beer full strength and you have a red, it's got to be a Shiraz.
All right, there you go.
Well, I was at
I like a shandy every now and then.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not when you're pregnant.
No, I know.
No, I know. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, thanks for that. Just a reminder, in case I forgot.
Okay. Well, you're not going to forget.
No.
Hey, Gather Round is finished.
Can I just interrupt for a minute?
Oh, you can.
Look what I got as a present.
Oh, yes. From
Precious the Label.
That is cute.
Isn't it? I can't wait to put it on the baby.
You can put that on a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
Well, they all wear multi, don't they?
Yeah, well, especially, we don't know what we're having, so all the clothes we've got are very gender neutral. I made a joke that my babies are they, them at the moment because we don't know what we're having.
They, them, it, thou. Well, there's no such thing as pink for girls and blue for boys, really, anyway.
No.
It really is there.
No.
I've seen little Rory in pink and he looks as cute as a button.
Yeah.
On the weekend, they had this dinosaur thing somewhere, and I got some videos of him. Just the best. Anyway,
we loved it.
Gather round. What a weekend. Perfect weather unless you're a farmer that lives off the land. So our thoughts are with them because I cannot believe this weather. This time last year, my family flew over for gather round and they were all wearing puffer jackets and scarves. This year, they had to go out and buy shorts and thongs.
Yeah, I had the scarf on last night and it was hot.
33 degrees it still is in Adelaide today, but Easter's coming and I think it's going to drop down to a nice 18. Good for the winter whiting, but perfect. We'll speak with Premier Peter Malinauskas. I want to get a bit of the economic benefit. My gut feel was when I was at Tanunda and they closed the street, there were Victorians everywhere. Good. Caravans were full, restaurants were full, it was great. The Nord Parade had a big party as well. It's just brilliant. And these people don't just go straight home. They're off to Robe or Coffin Bay or Port Lincoln or, you know, the Flinders Ranges. It's just great for the state. So we'll do all of that. We might talk a bit of footy. Port Adelaide, did they win? Did they, you know what, boring. They were that good. It was boring that first half. 12 goals to 3. I was kind of hoping for a better game. I'm going to now label it, you know how they did the big planes out
that was
and it was
funny.
a rival and all of that sort of stuff. The crowd got in behind it. It was aeroplane jelly game, wasn't it?
Well, the first half, you mentioned the first half, it was.
They were great.
But then in the second half, I've got to admit, sitting there, well, Port fans were very quiet and the Hawks fans were very, very loud. There were a lot of them.
There were mutual. Beautiful. Connor Rose at a half-back, genius. Zach Butters is a star. Jason Hornfranis, they're 3 best. When Willem Drew's in the ruck, it is superb, and I loved it. So well done to Port Adelaide, beating Hawthorn, back on track. Crows need to bounce back against GWS on Saturday. They might have Nick Murray back, but James Peatling got rubbed out for a tackle, a really good tackle. That in my day, you would have been, you know, singing down on the board. Well done. Pinned his arms, took him to the ground. You do that nowadays, it's weak. Anyway, I'm not going to whinge because I'm Captain Positive now. Timmy said I'm like a dark cloud.
Oh,
no,
that's not nice.
No, that's an awful thing to say.
No, I don't think
I
you're
reckon
a dark
I am
cloud.
a positive person. Not when my team's not going well, but anyway.
No, you've got to have light and shade.
Light and shade.
Can't always be a cloud. Can't always be a ray of sunshine.
Correct.
Got to be a bit of both.
Correct.
I like it.
We'll see you after 4.
That's why you and Timmy are a great team.
Oh, he's a good man.
See you after 4.
See ya.
Rowie and Timmy G on with you. Thank you for all of your calls and your texts today, and I will talk to you at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sport show. It's the very latest in sport, live from Adelaide. Enjoy the crisp, clear digital